Thank you. Herbert Tenzer was one of the original founders of the AFL. He sought to promote democratic principles and the values shared between the people of the United States and Israel. In his honor, we established the Herbert Tenzer Lifetime Achievement Award back in 2005 to recognize individuals who best exemplify the principles and values he believed in. Tonight's recipient is so well-deserving. Growing up in Israel, we all learned of the U.S. legal system through shows like Ironside, the U.S. medical system through shows like Ben Casey. And yes, I know I'm aging myself with all of this. And who didn't want to investigate crime after seeing a show like Miami Vice? Yet Israeli entertainment was limited to local folklore movies such as the Borekas movies and TV shows like Nikui Rosh or Chedva V'Shlomik. In recent years, our award recipient was a trailblazer in introducing modern Israeli entertainment to the world, and through it providing a glimpse into life in Israel, dilemmas that face Israelis in day-to-day life. After appearing in Israeli TV series and a successful career in Hollywood, she did not stop there, and like any good Israeli, decided that she also needs to sound her voice and her opinion. She's an outspoken advocate for all things Israel and Israeli. She doesn't hold back. She wields her voice to correct misinformation about Israel and to bring clarity to Israel's accomplishments and culture. In a few short years, this has brought her numerous honors and accolades, and she was named to Hollywood's Reporter Women in Power list and invited to appear as a keynote speaker at events around the world, such as what we saw now in the United Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman is none other than Noa Tishby, a woman that we at the AFL are proud to call a friend.
Okay. Thank you so much for this honor. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for my fellow honoree. I'm honored to be at your wake. I want to be brief and I want to speak from the heart because I feel like all of us here have the exact same intention, and all of us here come from the exact same place. This award is beautiful, but none of us do it for the awards. None of us do it for the accolades. We do it for the difference that we make with one person at a time. I want to tell you a story about something that happened to me recently, which exemplifies for me why I do what I do. So as you saw in the video, which was intense, by the way, maybe I want to grow my hair back. I wrote a book about Israel. It came out last year. It's called Israel, A Simple Guide to the Most Misunderstood Country on Earth. It's a way to tell the story of Israel in a fun way. Fun, relatable. Dana is saying you're very kind. Dana told me she actually read it before, so thank you very much. I wanted to tell the story in a way that's easy to understand, that's relatable, that's fun, that's, God forbid, funny, right? People are like, oh my God, it's so complicated. And I wanted it to be speaking to the younger generation. I knew that there is no book that can tell the story of Israel to people that are under the age of 30 or 18. So I went ahead and I wrote the book. It came out last year. It did great, and I'm getting great response from it. But one specific story that to me is why we do what we do, why all of us do what we do. So I had a speaking engagement in Atlanta a few weeks ago, and there was a kid there, a student at Emory University. You all know what's going on college campuses. You all know about this new hip social justice cause called anti-Zionism, which is basically anti-Semitism 2.0, right? Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. The kids on college campuses are the front line of this war. They are actually the ones that are going to battle. We're sitting here in these nice rooms. Those out there on college campus are being excluded from groups because they're Jewish, because they're Zionists. So this girl comes up to me. She's at the event, and she comes up to me and she tells me, she's teary. And she tells me she goes to Emory and she started a interfaith reading group on her campus so she can reach out to different faiths on campus. And she said that she brought over my book as the first book that she wanted them to read, her friends to read. There was a girl there who was a Muslim girl from students from SJP, Students for Justice in Palestine. I don't know if you know this organization, but it's affiliated with BDS. It's a horrifically anti-Semitic and anti-Israel organization. She was the head of the SJP chapter, a Muslim girl. And this girl from Emory gave her my book to read. And she came back a few days later and she said, I read the book, I did the research, I left SJP, I was lied to, I can't believe I didn't know all these things, and thank you so much for giving me this information. Thank you. And that to me is why I do what I do. This is why all of you do what you do. It's for making a difference, one person at a time. What's happening today is very concerning. We all know, I don't even need to talk about, the artist formerly known as Kanye West and other social sports stars, pop stars. It's horrific. It's out in the open. What was simmering underneath the surface for many, many years is coming out in the open. And I want us to not get discouraged by this. We'll continue doing what we're doing. We continue strengthening the friendship between America and Israel because of shared values, because we stand for the same things. And we know one thing for sure, right? 1,000 years from now, we don't know what the world's going to look like, right? We don't know what borders are going to look like. We don't know what Ilhan Omar's family is going to look like, right? We have no idea. But we do know one thing for sure, and that is that even 1,000 years from now, all over the world, women are going to be lighting Shabbat candles. That's not going anywhere. We got this. We got this. Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you so much for this. Thank you.